In this video, I'm working on an Aero Precision 308 rifle. The idea of this set is to use the colors for Dark Multicam and a freehand style camo pattern. I'm using SIG Dark Gray as the main color for the insides and out of the receivers, Highland Green, and Graphite Black. First, I'm spraying the SIG Dark Gray inside and out of the pieces. Now, stencil patterns are done with the foreground color first and working your way towards the background color. Freehand styles, like what I'm doing with this one, are done kind of the opposite, as the pattern is built up over time as you progress. That being said, what I just said isn't 100% true. Most times the pattern is building towards the most foreground color, but at the end here, when I do the black, an argument can be made that the bigger fades are the background color, as it would be on a stenciled Dark Multicam, while the small black blotches are in the foreground. So you can make of that what you will. After a flash bake, the receivers are set together. Usually I'd prefer to have the handguard attached as well, but I didn't have a spare barrel nut and didn't really feel like dirtying up the one that comes on this set, which is one of the reasons I really like arrows and hand stubbers, since the handguard just slides right onto the upper receiver. Using template stencils, I start spraying Highland Green to make blotches and fades. Highland Green is one of my favorite colors for camos, as it has a slightly bolder green tone that I think helps it stand out next to browns and grays. As I keep working on it though, I'm noticing the green is quickly fading into the gray to the point that I'm not really getting the definition and contrast I was going for. I keep trying to add more and deepen the color, but eventually I decided it's just not working and I need to have a rethink about how I'm going to go about making the pattern move from my head onto the pieces. The answer I find is Multicam Dark Green. The idea being this lighter green should obviously contrast the gray easier, so I blasted off what I had done and started over coating the parts in this different green. I had thought pretty long and hard about which color to start out with, as I really wanted the gray to be the interior color of the receivers, but after staring at the colors for probably too long, I chose this lighter green and decided I'll just have an easier time getting the definition if I spread the dark on top of a light color as opposed to the other way around. This is immediately better. Definitely the contrast I'm looking for, very easy to see the edges and fades. While I do want the colors to blend, they still have to be two distinct separate colors. And I have the thought that it's almost like this green is called Multicam Dark Green for a reason. Now that I'm happy with what I'm seeing, I'm starting to make my way around the receivers, trying to loosely replicate where I would be putting stencils, but as if they're only partially there. I did keep the Highland green on hand, just in case I wanted to add some extra depth to the green and the overall pattern. So that's exactly what I did. Focusing mostly on those lighter green areas, I still wanted to add some of that bold green that I really like to use this color for. And finally, the last part of a dark multicam pattern, the dark part. In this case, graphite black. Using the templates, I'm making big blotches out of the fades and shapes from the greens and gray, while also adding small blotches of stronger black in random spots. The thing I like most about these freehand styles is depending on how you spray the colors, you can control how deep the color is, adding depth and randomness of the fades and patterns, making these very unique. I can spray tons of these things in this pattern, but it'll never be exactly the same each time. And this is the final product, reassembled and ready to show off. This is an inventory item, and the reason I do projects like this is to show off my work at trade shows, and so that I'm not just selling boring black factory models all the time. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to see more of my work, subscribe here and follow me on Instagram at atgunworks.llc.